Oh yes, arch-tempered new Udra. Do it. Do it. I want you to do it. Oh yes! Burn me! Squeeze me! Yes. Hello everyone! Welcome to Monster Hunter Wilds Dream Spell. I hope you are ready for some seasonal spookiness as we tuck into the creepy delights of our third seasonal Festival of Wilds, and it just looks beautiful. Yes, we've got that classic Halloween eeriness, but that dream part is certainly there. There is just this air of mysticalness, of waking nightmare to the hub, all the soft blues creeping through the air. It just is wonderful. And there's so much to do, so much to grab, so much to unlock. I am a very, very happy hunter. Now, of course, we will be bringing you everything Dreamspell very, very soon, but undeniably, the star of the show is our new arch-tempered monster in New Udra, and he is not messing around. So he, unlike his predecessors, requires HR 100. That already tells you what you kind of need to know. He is incredibly healthy, he's going to take some killing, and he deals one hell of a lot of damage. So prepare yourself for quite the fight, and indeed, quite the fright. Because it's Halloween. In any case, yeah, you'll be glad to know, though, he's nowhere near as hard as Omega, Savage Omega, but he's still by far, I would say, the sternest test Wilds has to offer after Omega. You could definitely argue your 9-5 seregios or your gore, probably them, but 18 Udra is certainly pulling no punches with those delicious tentacles. On top of just visually looking the coolest out of all the arch-tempered, his new deep purple glow is delectable. It is such a satisfying fight, chiefly because he has such an array of new moves. New explosive fun tentacle combos, big long-reaching swipes, the way he interacts with his dig up, dig down. He starts in his nest, he's a fairly large lad, but most importantly, his new oil spill, where he'll get out his big tentacle hole and pour forth his flammable oil and then ignite it all in one big explosion. It's a really good mix-up to catch you out, and so is everything else that he does new. You really will feel like you're fighting almost a straight-up variant of the monster. Obviously not quite that far, but look, I'll say it, arch-tempered New Udra, and yes, I might be biased to the base monster, but with its changes, with how the fight feels, firm but challenging and fair, this to me is the best arch-tempered of all time. Better than any in World and Iceborne, better than Raydow and Duna that were both great, and just in the right spot challenge-wise to be satisfying at this stage without just immediately smacking us again after Savage Omega has been smacking us. He really is brilliant, and I am so pleased with how he's turned out. But the most important thing perhaps then is once you have defeated him, claimed your arch-tempered New Udra Gamma ticket, well, you know what it's time for. And of course, once you've beaten your arch-tempered tentacly foe, we get to the good stuff. Now follow me and my vibrating booty to the smithy. I will explode out of my pumpkin as we consider new armor. God, I love this festival so much. Oh, my days. Right then, so, arch-tempered New Udra. Let's have a little look-see, and initially, well, it's, well, New Udra, but arch-tempified, so we've got that lovely kind of sheen to it. Ironically, it is kind of an oily sheen, so it especially does suit our New Udra, and gives us another nice option for his fashion. But beyond the aesthetics, wow, statistically, this thing is very sexy, much like the tentacles it's made from. So we have, of course, now it being part of Guts Tenacity, that arch-tempered 3 set, and that is wonderful. More various ways to min-max your sets while still retaining that 5% base raw and that one-time no cart guts bonus. But look, 5 resentment, 5 burst from the set, 3 counter-strike, bit of speed eating, and an ambush. So first and foremost, Bad Blood, its actual new Udra set bonus, it's not the best. It adds a very minor amount of extra pop damage with a cooldown when you hit with resentment. This isn't something you're going to want to wear new Udra armor and not arch-tempered new Udra armor for. If anything, it'll end up as an accidental happy bonus if the meta evolves in a 2 new Udra way. Now, it'll almost certainly evolve in at least a 1 new Udra way, but this isn't going to be why. Just to get it out the way, Bad Blood is ironically living up to its name as bad. However, the armor itself, well, let's get into it. The helmet, 3 burst. 3 ranks of a level 3 slot decoration skill is hilarious. Now, granted, burst is the skill you least want the most ranks of. Rank 1 is the value rank, and that's what 90% of sets use. You can occasionally get some full element shenanigans that goes full burst, but you don't often use it. So while the raw technical value of this helmet is off the charts, in reality, if this was Wex or Agitator or even Adrenaline Rush, it would be absurd. As it is, it's just, wow, 3 burst on 1 piece. This might come up, but it's not going to be the reason you're flocking to the armor set. The chest, however, oh my god. And you can see there how good it does look without my current dye kind of ruining it. Those edge red tentacle glows are just beautiful. But in any case, 2 counter-strike, which is obviously just the goat of skills for anyone who can comfortably use it. Ridiculous raw all the time, especially for us greatsworders. And 2 3 slots, which is amazing. That's your 2 Wex, your 2 Agitator, on top of 2 Counter-Strike. That is absolutely delicious. This is a premium armor piece and one of just the best armor pieces in the game now. This is exciting enough for Arch-Tempered New Udra's existence by itself. We then go on to the arms, and oh my god, in Greatsword! 3 resentment, a 3 slot, and 2 1s. So the 3 slot, obviously lovely, we get a rank of Wex or Agitator in there, but 3 resentment suddenly has skyrocketed in value, because for us greatsworders, well, we're using the Shadowbringer Greatsword, which gives a ridiculous resentment uptime, and when you have reliable resentment uptime, resentment skyrockets as one of the premium skills. And we also care about using 2-set Bale for those waves of energy, adding a ridiculous amount of damage to our moveset. So here we have Resentment Synergy inbuilt with the changes from Title Update 3, and now we have an incredibly efficient way of getting Resentment while maintaining that all-important 3-set Arch-Tempered bonus. This set is absolutely delicious, and the gloves are one of the reasons why, at least for Greatsword specifically. For other weapons, not as much, though of course it still does synergy with the few little full 4-set Bales into your Blackest Night usage. Obviously, the fastest runs on Savage Omega, your Hunting Horns, are using Blackest Night, so that's a little niche use there, but for speaking from my Greatswordness, yeah, this is really, really cool. You can easily see immediately a chest gloves new Udra working its way into the classic 3 Arch-Tempered 2 Bale set that we are now growing accustomed to as the best way to get the most damage out the weapon. Then we go to the waist, which again isn't bad, but it is one of the weaker pieces. 2 burst, of course, is still nice. That's 2 3 slots worth of skills, but as we've discussed, burst is one of the least valuable ones to get multiple ranks of. Ambush doesn't really matter outside of niche speedrunning situations, and a single 2 slot isn't exactly blowing anyone away. This is just fine. for your legs, well, again, 2 resentment and 1 counter-strike is actually quite nice if you are looking to top off resentment, but the 3 speed eating is a little bit of a tasty bonus if you do end up using these. It's just nice to use items faster. That will ironically speed up your hunts because you're spending more time hitting the monster and less time drinking, and then the 2 slot is, you know, just kind of there as a little bit of a bonus. This one isn't, you know, awful, but for most weapons it's not exactly great either. The real absolute hero champion of Arch-Tempered New Udra is this chest piece, and you are more than likely going to see a lot of weapons slot it in. Obviously, need to run the numbers, run the math, do my theory crafting set building, which of course I'll be doing, but bottom line, this armor set is incredibly exciting for all weapons, but for greatswords specifically, with Shadowbringer, with resentment possibilities, it's absolutely electric, and I am so happy Octopus Tentacle Daddy has given it us. Oh yes, this thing is just beautiful, and I will be with you as soon as possible once I have cracked down through the numbers, but know that on the surface, this is looking really exciting, on top of looking just really cool. Alrighty then, that is your new Udra Arch-Tempered Edition, both fight and armor, and a little bit of our lovely new Spooky Festival too. It's a really good coupling of seasonal event and Arch-Tempered. I'm consistently blown away by how detailed and fun and vibrant they are in Wilds. The Grand Hub is the perfect centerpiece for festivals, and the Arch-Tempereds on the whole are just the best Arch-Tempereds. It really blows World and Iceborne out the water. So all in all, I am very pleased as pumpkin pie, and I will be back soon with more goodness. We'll go over everything as we always do, but for now then, like you've enjoyed this, let me know how you get on with Arch-Tempered New Udra, and subscribe for more. Consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.